In the Donetsk direction, fighters of the 30th Separate Mechanized Brigade released video footage capturing an unusual moment. A Russian soldier left his bunker, unaware that he was being closely monitored by a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone. This routine action marked the beginning of a focused aerial surveillance operation. The drone tracked the soldier's movements immediately after he exited the shelter. As he remained outside the bunker, he suddenly looked up and noticed a drone hovering above him, which had been following his movements from the air. Realizing he had been observed, he quickly returned to the bunker in search of cover. Moments later, an incident occurred near the position. Although the initial attempt did not achieve its intended result, Ukrainian drone operators continued monitoring the area from above. After some time, other Russian soldiers peeked out of the bunker, apparently trying to determine whether the drone had left the area. Their gaze met the camera directly. In response, they waved their arms and made gestures toward the drone. Whether it was a nervous reaction or an attempt to challenge the aircraft, the footage shows the soldiers drawing attention to their position while the aerial surveillance operation continued. Ukrainian drone operators decided to act immediately, carrying out several operations near the bunker. One after another, incidents occurred around the shelter, with multiple detonations visible in the area. Following the activity, no further movement was observed around the position. The footage highlights how even a brief moment of exposure can quickly draw attention during ongoing aerial surveillance operations. In the Kherson direction, fighters of the 123rd Separate Territorial Defense Brigade documented an incident involving a Russian boat carrying a small group of 7 individuals. With the assistance of reconnaissance assets and a drone, the boat was detected on the left bank of the Dnipro while returning from a frontline mission toward rear positions. During the journey, an incident occurred involving a sea mine near the vessel. Next, the Russian boat can be seen moving at high speed just a few meters from the shore, using reeds and vegetation along the riverbank for concealment. The boat then travels a short distance further along the river before an incident occurs involving a sea mine positioned in the area. The resulting detonation is visible in the footage, sending the boat's occupants into the water. The video shows difficult conditions following the incident as the individuals attempt to deal with heavy equipment and challenging river conditions. This is what can be seen in the final moments of the footage. Reconnaissance drones detect Russian soldiers moving through the area. One of the soldiers appears unaware that aerial surveillance is active overhead. Meanwhile, an FPV drone is approaching his position. The drone operator carefully guides the system toward the area. As the drone closes the distance, the soldier suddenly changes direction and begins reacting to the situation. The FPV performs several rapid aerial maneuvers while maintaining observation of the position. The soldier then appears to request support over the radio as the drone continues following his movement. Moments later, an incident occurs near the position, followed by a visible detonation. The footage highlights the use of FPV drone technology and continuous aerial surveillance during ongoing frontline operations. This time, the FPV drone is focused on a UAZ Bukanka-type military vehicle reportedly transporting ammunition for enemy forces. The footage shows the drone approaching the vehicle and entering through an open door. Shortly afterward, a powerful explosion occurs around the vehicle. The force of the detonation sends parts of the structure into the air, with debris visible and fire spreading in the surrounding area. The footage highlights the use of FPV drone technology and the ability of drone operators to maneuver aircraft into confined spaces during ongoing operations. A Ukrainian drone recorded an incident involving a Russian T-72B3 tank in the Avdiivka direction. Following the incident, the tank sustained heavy damage and was no longer operational. In the Donetsk direction, fighters of the 47th Separate Mechanized Brigade together with operators from a drone unit documented an operation involving a Russian reconnaissance group that attempted to establish a position inside a local resident's house. The group consisted of around 20 individuals conducting reconnaissance activity in the vicinity of Pokrovsk. The footage shows Russian soldiers moving into the house in small groups. Initially, about 8 individuals entered the building, followed later by another group of 12. Some members of the group were being carried on stretchers. Once all members had entered the house, a Ukrainian FPV drone was guided through a broken window and an incident occurred inside the building. A detonation followed, and the structure subsequently sustained heavy damage. The footage suggests that munitions or other military equipment may have been present inside the house. In this footage, a Magyar's Birds drone operator spots a Russian soldier inside a small toilet structure. As the drone approaches the area, the soldier remains inside the position and appears to have very limited room to move. The footage captures the difficult situation as aerial surveillance continues over the location. A house with Russian soldiers inside was involved in an incident during ongoing combat operations. The soldiers were still inside the building at the time, and the structure later collapsed following the event. 3 Russian soldiers were moving through the area when a drone from the Rybaka unit, positioned in ambush, became active nearby. As the group continued forward, the drone moved toward their location. The soldier at the back of the group was unable to move away from the area in time. In the footage, Ukrainian soldiers set a bottle on fire and throw it toward a Russian poster. The burning bottle lands at the Russian poster and causes fire at the spot. Ukrainian drone surveillance identifies a Russian infantry position inside a damaged concrete stairwell in the Kherson direction. In the footage, the location is spotted from above, and FPV drone operators are sent to the area. The drone approaches the stairwell and monitors the location carefully. In the footage, a Russian soldier reacts to an approaching drone in an unusual way. Instead of trying to move away or take cover, he appears to accept the situation, as if he knows there are limited options. His body language shows a sense of calm or resignation in that moment.